Hey everybody, it's Brandon with Lakeview Plumbing. Just wanted to make another quick video. Over the years I've been selling these tools and there's been 3 or 4 major questions that people have had for me, and I just thought I would address those in this video right now. The first question is about a warranty on this tool. So as I've explained, this tool is made 100% in the USA. I have it made right here in Utah, not too far away from where I live. And it's made with good materials and good construction, and so if you take care of this tool, it will last you a lifetime. So if you ever have a tool break or anything, just get with me and I'll be happy to get you any replacement parts that you need for the life of your tool. That's how much I stand behind it. When you open up your tool, the very first thing you're going to see is this little notice paper. This is basically telling you to keep it clean and keep it lubricated. If you do those things, this tool will last you a lifetime. If you allow it to get wet and rusty and nasty and banging around in your plumbing van, I will not honor the warranty, because just like any tool, if you allow it to get rusty and corroded and try and use it, it's probably going to break. But if you keep it clean and lubricated, I will warranty it as long as you own it. So, this is how the tool comes in the package. It comes with a 3/8 drill adapter. This is so that you can put it, you can see in this drill, it chucks right into an impact driver. As I've told you guys, I like using a 12 volt. This happens to be a Milwaukee, but there's several different brands out there that'll work just as well. So under most normal circumstances, I go ahead and put in this adapter that comes with the tool. Then, depending on what valve you're using, you either use this sleeve or you don't use the sleeve. The second question people have asked is, what if I don't have a drill, or if they're nervous about the kind of drill, or if they're really nervous because this cartridge that they're working on is very stuck and they don't want the drill to break anything. What I want to show you guys is the way I had this tool made is it has a 3/8 driver female socket right there, which happens to mate up perfectly with the 3/8 ratchet wrench for your socket wrench. And that just clicks right in there. And then you can use this instead of a drill, and it will do the same work. And that way you can go nice and slow if you're really nervous that the speed of the drill will maybe cause that brass stem to break. I've had a lot of people use a ratchet wrench on their jobs, and they've said that it works wonderfully, that it just creeps it out little at a time, and that they don't break any brass stems or any cartridges. So I just want to share that with you. You can use a 3/8 ratchet wrench. About the last thing that, the major question that people have been asking me is, what happens if this threaded stem breaks off? Either they drop it on the floor, or they have it screwed into a valve and they're taking it out, and or they slip or something, and the drill breaks and it snaps that off. Well, I wanted to go through a couple scenarios with you. Just for this purpose, I have another part of my tool here, and I simulated, I'll hold that nice and still so you can see it, I simulated having snapped that off flush with this nut. The reason I have this nut there is just for this reason, because you can get your crescent wrench and put it on it and undo it and take this nut off, which will leave a little nub sticking out of this threaded piece in there, which you can then, with a pair of pliers, take it out. Now, other people have asked, I've had this actually shear off flush with this part of the tool, meaning half of it broke off with this nut and it is clear flush with that. So I wanted to show you guys how you get this out. So let's just pretend, I'm going to put this nut back on, and let's just pretend that that nut is gone and this stem is sheared off flush with this part of the tool. What I do is I'm going to show you, this is a tool set that I just have for my own personal business and being a plumber. I call these easy outs, but they're actually called spiral screw extractor and cobalt drill set. So what it is, and this one has several different sizes in it, but the only size that we're concerned with is this very smallest size, which says 5/64 of an inch. Those two parts are these right here. So the first thing it is this is a drill bit that you put this into your drill. Now, you can't use it in a drill like this. You have to use a drill that has an adjustable chuck on it. Most of you have those, I would guess. And so you put that in, you adjust the chuck down, just like you're going to drill any hole, right? And what you do is you drill a hole into the remaining part of this threaded, I'm going to call it a socket set screw because that's its real name. You just drill into this socket set screw. And you don't have to drill very far, only about maybe 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch max. Once you've drilled that out, then the second part is, and this is what I call an easy out or an extractor. This is called the spiral screw extractor. And each one is joined up for its specific drill bit. So if you want to take a larger one out, you use a larger drill with a larger extractor. But for this one, we're going to use the smallest one. So I've pre-drilled this hole. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this screw, and what it is you screw it in lefty-loosey. And by going in lefty-loosey, these spiral cuts grab into the inside of that hole that you've just made with this drill bit, and then you can then twist it out even with that sheared off flush with that tool. Again, these come with a little squared off bit, so you just get your crescent wrench and twist it out, and then it will just extract that part out. And then when it's fully out, you just need to put a new one in. Now, I was going to show you guys when I build these tools, when I assemble them first, this is how it comes. And I wanted to show you this screw that I put in is 1 inch long. So this is called a 1 inch 10 by 24 socket set screw. They cost about 13 cents each, and you can get them at any local hardware store. And what I do is I take it by hand. I don't put any thread lock or any glue, and I just simply thread it in by hand. And then I get my hex nut, and this is just a normal hex nut. They're even cheaper at a hardware store. And I just start it by hand. And when I ship these to you guys, I do it to where there's about 3/8 of an inch protruding out the end. And then just to help me, I just have a little 3/8 wrench here. And all I do is just lightly tighten that on. So that just kind of locks everything in place. But it also makes it to where if this got sheared off or broken off, there's nothing holding this broken end of this screw inside the tool. And you can easily pull it out with this extractor tool. Last but not least, after you're done using the tool, a lot of people have been asking me, what do I do to lubricate it? So what I tell everyone is just after you've done with it, just wipe it off on a towel, your shirt, whatever you got there handy, and get it dried out, okay? And then what I use is this pneumatic tool lubricant. Now this is this certain brand, but it doesn't have to be this brand, obviously. But I've had great luck with this oil. It's very inexpensive, and this thing will last you 100 lifetimes. It just a little bit goes a long way. And so when you're done using the tool, get it dried out. And what I do, this is how I put it together for you guys at the very first, is I just put just a drop or two in those threads. I screw it in. When I put it together the first time, I run this in and out several times to make sure it functions great. But when you put it back in, just put it in like that, pull it apart, and then you can put your sleeve back in, and then you can put it back in with your box. You can put your adapter back in. And this case, if you take care of it, will also last you a long time. So that's how you keep you have good care of this tool, if you do that, it will not get rusty. Now, you do not need to lubricate it every time you use it, by no means. The most important thing is to dry it off, keep water out of it, and then I would say, you know, maybe every 5 or 10 times that you use it, maybe throw just a little bit of lubricant on it, and that will keep it running smooth and keep it rust free, and this tool will last you a lifetime. Hey guys, I appreciate you checking out this video. If you have any questions, just like always, feel free to shoot me a question or a message on this video, and have a great day.